I mean, I've met your team. Your team are amazing. They are just such a great reflection of you. How have you managed that, and how do you maintain that?
Well, that's an interesting question. That is a bit of a problem for us a lot of the time. I have been through quite a few staff. I don't mean that in the wrong way. For instance, when I had what was my salon before in the back of the gym, I actually made the decision and we stopped. We knocked out 60% of our income, so I just stopped it almost overnight. No more nails, no more whatever. And at the time, I had a level 3 therapist working for me who was fantastic, outstanding at nails, but not comfortable in the skin arena. She was in terms of kind of your relaxing, soothing facial, but as soon as I was like, right, we need to start talking about more advanced treatments and getting into the nitty-gritty of skin problems, it was too much for her. So she went off and did what she was brilliant at, which is nails. And I do find it hard to recruit. And generally what would happen with us, if we bring someone in at level 3, we pretty much retrain them, because for me what they teach them at college is they're just completely out of their depth. They really need to be doing well. When I did level 4, I was shocked, absolutely shocked at the difference at what I'd learned at level 3 and level 4. It was almost felt like at the time that there needed to be 3.5.
Yeah,
because there's such a huge leap, and I had a biology degree behind me, but it still felt like a huge leap. And I think that there's no. So currently the situation is I have my 2 absolute rock stars that you've met.
yeah,
who
love
are
them.
fantastic, and we do spend a lot of time training. I can't help myself. I walk in and I'll be going, well, I read this at 3:00 in the morning, and did you hear that? And actually they have to kind of control me. And in fact, they've just reminded me we need to go back to our monthly meeting where I stand up and write it down and say properly, this is why I'm thinking this. And otherwise they look at me like I've gone a bit bonkers. Why is she doing that? But we have also an apprentice who's not a college apprentice. We're actually training her in-house. And I think maybe for me, that's the way that I'll do it in the future, because she's actually been working for me since she was 14.
Yeah. And so she started when she was 14.
Yeah.
And then, so is she level 2 now?
She's level 2 and she's 17 now. And she just used to do a few hours, I think, basically to see if she even liked the industry. And she was very determined that she wanted to do skin. And this is the other thing I think that's actually proving very positive in the industry, in that she hasn't done nails and waxing. She's only done level 2 in skin. And we're about to start 3, and it will only be electrical facials and that part. Not that I would have stopped her. I'd have happily let her do it all. But if you're focused that is the arena you want to work in, and that needs to really happen in the education. So then, therefore, instead of diluting and being a jack of all trade at level 2 and level 3, she's very focused and she's learning super fast. She's fantastic.
And that's because you've taken her down the apprenticeship route.
Yeah, it isn't an official apprenticeship. We do have an external examiner. She's actually doing City and Guilds exams.
Yeah.
So I train her, we teach her. She does online syllabuses and exams, and then the external examiner makes sure she has an IQA to make sure that we're doing everything properly, and she has external exams just like anyone would at college.
That's really interesting, because when my very first ever employee, this is before official apprenticeships were out there, I'd tailor-made her education exactly for what we needed, and worked with our local college at that time and just got her into what I needed her to be in. And I mean, she ended up being with us for I think 12, 13 years, maybe more. And and she was absolutely perfect, because she was concentrating on just what we needed at that time. And funny enough, like, we're still in touch 36 years later. I still see her, and which is so great. But at that time, if she'd just gone down a standard beauty route, it just wouldn't have been the same. So hopefully, as things move forward, I think most salon owners don't realise that you can sort of like tailor make things as
Well,
well.
I'm not sure how widely available it is.
Yeah,
It's because,
but
somebody
I always
know
think
is
where
helping
there's a
us
will,
out,
where
but
there's a way.
exactly that. Exactly that. And I have had your traditional type of apprentice when I worked in the back of the gym. She stayed with me for 7 years, actually.
Yeah.
And we're still in touch. But she came with me when one of the girls left because her thing was nails. She stayed with me and did the skin route. And yeah, 7 years. But I have to say, what she learnt at college really wasn't relevant to what we were doing
Yeah.
in the clinic at all.
Yeah.
It was just a case of ticking the boxes, and that's my thing, I suppose, about education. You should be able to do it individually, but to a very high standard.
to a high
And
standard,
I actually
yeah.
think if that time that they spent at college using level 3, if they said, "Oh, I want to be a hair removal specialist," then great, just do that.